All righty, Holly. We'll get this party started. I'm not going to sew these together. I just wanted to show how they turned out, and I'm using the little butterfly thing I got at the thrift store the other day. I've got to sew the two signatures in, and then I'll send Kendra hers, and I'll keep mine. But I made a fold over, and then I've got two signatures of 4 sheets folded over, and that should give her enough to do one page, one side of a page each time. But I want to add some beads to my binding, and I got to dig the beads out. So that's why I'm not going to do that live. So those are the little journals I made yesterday. And Scott and I went thrifting a little bit today, and then we went to Pizza House for lunch and split a small pizza and had 2 side salads. And he just left for work, and I got to tell you all about this, because the reason I didn't come on any earlier is I didn't want y'all to hear him about losing his mind. Okay, y'all remember he ordered a computer at the beginning of October, right? Well, FedEx lost that computer, remember? Well, then he contacted Dell and said FedEx has lost that computer. So they sent another computer. That computer arrived. So now he's getting these emails from Dell saying, you have to send back the original computer or you're going to be charged for it. And Scott's like, I have no original computer to send back. It never arrived. FedEx lost it. He had to talk to 3 different people, and he still isn't 100% sure that they understand. If he gets another email from them, I have a feeling he will absolutely lose it and go completely and totally off the chain. But anyway, it's been a bit of a nutty situation. So hi, Brittany. I'm going to show you guys what we picked up today. We didn't get a senior citizens discount because it's not Tuesday, but we got a few things. Scott found these 2 mugs, and he said he really liked them. They're kind of an odd shape. They're not really round. They're kind of, it's like they've been flattened in, and they got like corners on them. But I think he liked the pattern on the side. And they're Corelle, probably bought at Walmart by somebody. And he got them for 89 cents each. So we got a couple new mugs. He said he's going to take these down to the other house because there's not enough mugs down there. And so those will travel down to the house. I got another large container to put food items like dried beans or rice or something in. And I paid $1.89. Coezzi's 1991. I don't know what this originally had in it. Probably candy or something. But I like these big containers like this to put stuff in the kitchen in. Trying to get all the glass bits out first. And then I just got this vase because I thought it was cool looking. I probably don't need any more vases, but this one was so cool. 89 cents. I loved all the bubbles on it. And the fact that the bubbles are gradient in size. They start small and get larger toward the bottom. Hi, Sana. And I had another glass item. Let's see where she put it. It's a kitty. It's one of those heavy cats that you put a votive candle in, 89 cents. But he's been sitting there for months, and so I decided to bring him home. So I got me a glass kitty cat. And then I got 4 pairs of socks at 50 cents a pair. These are White Stag. I think that's the Target label. And they're normally $3 a pair. So I got these for 50 cents. These are brand new. They were still in their wrapper. And then these were brand new too. These were 50 cents. They're high performance athletic sports socks. And then these, I was shocked I could even get these for 50 cents. They're compression socks with a mild compression. So I'm going to try a pair of these for like when we go hiking or something and see if they would help with my legs. So for what, $2, I got 4 pair of socks. And then I got this book. I need to set this stuff aside here. They gave me a box this time because I got so much stuff that would break. I think you can see this now. This is a So Creative Gifts for Under $10, and it's got some really interesting hearts entwined, a border idea. I love this border idea. If I get in another round robin, I want to use this on somebody's quilt. I think that would be really pretty. There's a cover for your cat, your tool caddy, if you want a country look in your kitchen. It just has the most beautiful things. This is a woven heart where they wove the pieces, and then they did a blanket stitch around the outside. Thought that little, it's actually a bear, but he's wearing a bee suit. He's got wings. A lace pillow. Sachets with the buttons. Birthday wishes, party ideas. You can make your own little puppet show. And they got stick puppets and gift bags for parties. Make a little bag up and put the goodies in it for the kids to take home. And then this is a cupcake surprise bag. I love the denim heart. I thought that was pretty too. But this is just inexpensive little gifts. I'll just do a flip. I love that Santa. And I think this was $1, maybe $2. Isn't that cute? She's so cute. Tissue box cover. And it comes with the patterns or instructions on how to draw the pattern. So I got that book, and then I got this one. I know Mary gets these and cuts them up, but this has got some really interesting ornament ideas and recipes for gift giving or like entertaining. So I'm going to just keep this one. I'm going to look through it for the project ideas. So that gives me a couple books to come up with gifts for this Christmas. And let's see if anybody else has come in. Brittany says she got some snow. Yeah, I love that vase. That vase really, I stood there and held it for a while, and this other woman was coming my way, and I was like, I got to make a decision because if I put it back, she'll probably grab it. So I grabbed it and put it in my cart. Isn't that silly? But so I got those 2 books. Let me grab this item out of here. And Scott found this. He said these sockets would probably just bust really easy. But, you know, the screwdriver bits he thought would be a good thing. And he said he's going to keep the screwdriver bits in something else and probably just toss this case because it's all tore up. But he only paid $1.89 for it. So it doesn't have the handle or anything. So. Then I found this stamp, and it says, "Dreams are the touchstones of our characters" by Thoreau. And I paid $1.89 for that. They had a bunch of other stamps, but they wanted $1.89 even for the little teeny stamps. And I said no. And then I just fell in love with this. I love the case. Look at the butterflies. But when you pop it open, if I can get it to work now. It's Mears. So I'm going to put that in my purse. And I just love that stamp. And I think I'm going to put the socks back in there and the cups back in there that Scott picked up. They all need to be washed, so they'll go in the kitchen, but later. And I have one more thing to show you. And I'm going to leave the stamp on the table here. I got this bag. I don't know what all is in here, but I paid $1.89 for the whole bag. It looks like it's got some sewing patterns in it. But, you know, the zippers alone would be well over $1.89. Hi, Samantha. And the camera should not be clicking on, you know, and changing view because I turned it, the autofocus off. So let's just dump this out and I'll put the stuff back in. This is wash away basting tape, which I've never used. So I would have to read the instructions on how to use this. It just washes away. It's an interesting idea. It was at clearance somewhere for 47 cents and somebody picked it up and then never used it. I don't recognize the labels. So I'll slide that back in there. Then we've got, what is this? Mending yarn. Red Heart mending yarn. It's moth proof. Okay, somebody's got a pin in there. This was 10 cents. I've never seen. This is 100% virgin wool. That could be cute just to do a little ball of yarn up to put in a shadow box. And then this is just some satin ribbon. There might be a yard there. And zippers. Invisible zipper. An all-purpose zipper. The invisible zipper says 7 to 9 inches, and this packaging's very old, so I don't know. This is a metal zipper in navy, 7 inches. This would be great on like a pencil bag. There's more zippers here. Let's get all the zippers. A 9-inch black polyester zipper, 16-inch black polyester zipper, and a 7-inch metal zipper. The metal zippers work great for like pencil bags and things like that. So I will have to make me some pencil bags up. And then there's that's double fold bias tape. I think that's a single fold bias tape. And then a really narrow 4 yards, a double fold bias tape. And then there's single fold bias tape in khaki. And then this is a green piping. Not bad for $1.89. And I'm not sure why they even put that in there because that's just the packaging for packing. Look at that. And then they put the why even put these in there? This is just trash. Cover buttons. There's enough to make one button there. I could make a single button. It doesn't have the tool. I don't think I have the tool for it. I'm not sure what I'll do with that since I don't have the tool. And this is JP Coats Deluxe Embroidery Floss. Looks like it's a navy. And then this trim caught my eye in there. I got cream and just a little bit of gold. I'm going to throw these in the trash. And then patterns. There's some pillowcase dolls, some valances, and some angels. So I don't think that was too bad for $1.89. I have not made zipper jewelry. You see Mindy's here too. Hi, Mindy. Oh, yeah. Sometimes when they put a bag together, it's just not worth it. Even if you're getting a whole bunch of them, if you're only going to use like 1 or 2, why spend $6? Yeah. Hi, Samantha. I wanted to go to more places, but we just ran out of time. Hi, Gertie. It's cool. My phone is making the doom sound of a text message. So that's what I picked up at the thrift store today. And I'm just going to push that over there. I need to grab let's work on some borders. I still haven't put things up from the other day. It's just in a pile that the cats have knocked over during the night. So there's my pencils. Where is that book? Here it is. I guess I need to take some time and put things away. I've just kind of been adding to my piles, put it that way. Keep moving my coffee around. I'll find a place for it to land eventually. So we were kind of talking about doing a swap, and we're talking about maybe tags or artist trading coins in a Christmas theme, but I've come up with something I want to do that I think would be really cute because everybody will have a different take on it, and we'll go over that next. So I think instead of coloring today, we're just going to do some November borders. So I know somebody mentioned cornucopias. I have not looked anything up, though. That's the only drawback. I still need to draw some more things to fill in. I'm just peeking to see what we did before. I don't mind doing duplicates, especially if I'm going to come up with something on the fly. And let's do just 4. So this page is so if I do 2-inch border, 2-inch ones, or 2, I'll just do 2-inch and 2-inch and 2-inch, and then let that be it. So we'll do just 4 wider borders today. And so I just draw lines so that I know where to rein myself in. So if you have cereal box, any kind of recycled cardboard, if you've got a piece handy, go ahead and pull it out. And when we get done with borders, I will go over my idea. Thanks, Kendra. Kendra, I got the books ready to be stitched together, and I'm going to work on that later tonight. But here's the one. This opens, and I'm going to stitch these in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an eyelet in here and just attach some jute and have one with a really long tail and then one that's just a little bit shorter. And what you would do is just wrap the round tail around and then tie a bow with a smaller tail to the front. So that's how they're going to close. I thought jute would be really pretty with the theme. And I want to add some beads on the back of the spine. When I'm doing the spine, I want to put a little bit of beads on there. So they'll get to you. It'll get to you. I'm going to work on it this afternoon. It's looking like rain here. So I've never drawn a cornucopia. Let's take that off because it's driving me crazy. I don't even know where it came from. So cornucopias, Mary makes it look so easy. I was trying to do one the other day and it didn't look anything. Maybe I should get a picture to look at. No, that ain't gonna work. I need a picture to look at. Let me see if I can get a picture. And I have thought about it, and I think I'm going to just start doing like at this time on Wednesdays and Thursdays about 2:30 till maybe Vicky comes on. When Vicky pops up, I could sign off if I'm at a good stopping point, and just do Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2:30. And if I do 2 days in a row, I could do 2:30 to 5 and then be done. And that way, you know, people that need to head out the door to go home from work or whatever could do that. Oh, dear Kendra, my knee is actually feeling better, but I've been taking ibuprofen just to get it to a point where I can stand. But it's doing so much better. Let's just go to Pinterest and I'll just pull up. I don't understand how I get. It's like I have two Pinterest now. It's like I've got Aunt Beck's Creations and then I have my original one. I'm not sure how they got crossed over, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. We need cornucopia pictures. I can't see chat at the moment. Well, it pulled up cornucopias, even though I didn't spell it with beans. Oh, some of these are so much easier than, and I'm not going to put anything in my cornucopia. It's just going to be a cornucopia. And I'm just going to do. That doesn't look right either. I'm having issues. Let's see. Your cornucopia is just not my thing. This is why you have one of these erasers. Okay. I'm going to get one drawn, and then I'll go back where I can see what y'all are saying. And we got the part in from Amazon to fix the furnace down at the house. Hopefully Greg can make it through until next weekend. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit and it won't be so bad for him. So bear with me while I figure out what in the devil I am doing here. Yep, cornucopias aren't my thing. I can tell you that right now. Just not getting it. I don't know. I think I'd do better with a basket. Nah, I'm giving up on the cornucopia. Y'all can do cornucopias if you want to. I don't like this. I'm not liking that at all. All right, I'm going to go back to you guys. Yeah, I just don't think a cornucopia is my thing. So I'm going to skip cornucopia. And like Mary said, I think on my page, when I do the page, it's not going to get a cornucopia. It's going to get a basket. Let's see if I can even do a basket today. Maybe it's just not a good day for me to do borders. Maybe I'm just pants today, as they say. So after the fiasco on the phone, I believe Scott was ready to be done with it. My brain is just not working. I don't know. Well, it's kind of a basket. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Horn of Plenty doesn't help with my brain today. I just can't get the concept of doing the braid on it, I think is the problem. So we're just going to do some random baskets here. But we had fun going to lunch together, and Scott always speaks to the owner of the place we go for pizza and salads. And Scott usually always gets the Greek salad with grilled salmon, but today he decided to share a pizza with me, which was nice. We shared a small pizza, and we still had some to bring home. Because, after you eat a salad, you get kind of full. So tomorrow I get my results on the MRI. And Scott's got to do something at his work, so he's not going to get to go with me this time, but that's okay. I don't know. My brain is just not getting it today. It's like it can't think in 3 dimensions. Good enough. Good enough for government work and doing a quick doodle. This is a quick doodle. That's what I need to tell myself. It's just a quick doodle. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just the first border, Mary. I decided to just do 4 because I've been finding I'm myself having trouble getting 8 to fit on the page. You know, when you're doing an angel, you need a bit more space, I think. This is more like a bushel basket instead of a, so we'll just do the little handles like this. I might do this one just like this. It'd be one of those other kinds of baskets. I can always fix things that I don't like later. A bushel baskets of blessings. Bernadette, chill. I loved the envelope that I saw with the in there. Was that Ruth that did that? I think it was Ruth. Ruth did the blessings that she or things she's thankful for on little pieces of paper inside an envelope on her page. And I thought, what a cool idea that is. I really like that idea. I'm not going to color these today. I'm just going to get them drawn in here because I would like to, I have a project in mind that I'd like to do. My grandma had this really big galvanized wash tub that she used as our laundry basket mainly. And when I was real little, she'd fill it with water, and that would be my my wading pool. And I thought that was the grandest fun at 4 years old to get to play in the wash bucket. I mean, we didn't have money for a plastic pool, so we used what we had. And then when I got older, of course, we had the pond, but I wasn't allowed to go to the pond, you know, by myself. So I always enjoyed having that wash tub to just jump in. Even when I was way too big to do it, I would fill that wash thing up and jump in it. My grandmother would say, "You are so ridiculous. You're just too old to be doing that at 8." And I was like, "But it's fun." Oops. I'm just going to erase these out. All right. You guys think of something simple. What's something simple I could do? that's kind of related to Thanksgiving. I would say I'd do a turkey, but I don't know how well I do at turkeys today either. Yes, Ruth's pages. I've been enjoying hers pop up because she has a different way of um, viewing them. I thought it was really cool. I'm having a hard day not being hard on myself. I'm seeing all of the problems instead of like making them creative endeavors. I'm just focusing on whatever. Apple pies. We got to talking about pies this morning on Mary's live too, because she was doing one of her pages had, what was the pie page about? I was in and out, so I missed what exactly it was about. But so you could do. And then I always do this. When I make a pie, I do that on top. And then have some steam coming up out of it. Pecan pie. I just wrote yummy Thanksgiving pies. Yep. But what was the theme for the page, Mary? I missed that part of it. I just came in and you were putting pies on the page because I was trying to get the loaded oatmeal started. And so I left and then I came back and you had glued that on and it said yummy Thanksgiving pies. And I agreed with you that they did look very yummy. And then we got on the discussion of what was everybody's favorite pie. Apple pie, cherry pie was mentioned, pecan pie was mentioned. That looks like a pear. Are we going to have a pear pie? I've never had a pear pie. But an apple would be more round like this. Maybe a mixed fruit pie is what I'm thinking. Make a little leaf attached to it. Maybe I'll just draw a circle this time. It's not a very good circle. Close enough. Quit being so hard on yourself. But we had so much fun at the thrift store today. I want to get out and go to a couple more, but we'll see. We'll see what the day holds. Bless his heart, he was so worked up about the computer. He went to go get in the car to go to work, and he hit the bob, the unlock, and the lights on the truck went off. I said, well, you're not going to get very far. I said, you got the wrong keys. And he says, so I took them to him. I've got a pile of pies here. And was it Stivers Homestead? They were posting about what they're going to do for Thanksgiving, and they were showing an update on all of their critters around their homestead. And they've got a couple goats and some baby turkeys and some baby chicks and chickens. And they call their chicken, get this, all of their chickens they call Becky. So they'll say, how you doing, Becky? And I said, fine. Not that they could hear me. I was just being silly. But she is going to do her family recipes from what I understood. And so I want to try to keep up with them. And I think it's STIVERS VERS Stivers Homestead, I think is their channel. All right, there's pies. I did pies. So now what do we need? You've made apple and pear together. Oh, I bet that was yummy. Grandma used to make strawberry rhubarb pie. Oh, that was so good. And she would make a rhubarb sauce to put on ice cream. That was good too. I think I can remember how to do it, but I don't see rhubarb down here much. It must be a cold weather. When we do find it in the grocery stores, it is so expensive. So when we get settled, I told Scott I'd like about 1 acre to 5 acres to where we could plant some fruit trees and berry bushes and all this stuff that's so expensive in the stores. I want all of it growing around me. And when we first got married, he joked that he needed to buy just a blank acreage with nothing on it and just turn me loose, because he said in no time you'd have us forested in and everything edible, which I love the concept of having edible surroundings so that no matter what happened, if you lost your job or whatever, you could still go out into your yard and pick food. That just intrigues me. I mean, that's how I grew up. So, whatever. All right. So I guess we could do a row of baked turkeys. Let's see. I'm just going to do it light at first so that I can get the general shape. And then you have their drumstick comes up and out. And then you got to have the wing. The wing, let's see. Think about it, Becky. Back. Like that? I guess that looks like a baked turkey. And then you got to have, oh, I messed up. Some days I get more critical of myself than others. And this is just one of those days. I'm just going to put some little dimples where the feathers used to be. Because you still see those on the turkey, even after they're baked. They're just darker brown. There we go. A turkey. Let's do another turkey. Of course, not everybody does turkey, do they? Some people do hams too. Like the Stivers said they were going to do a deep fried turkey. I have never done that. My sister has. Where you deep fry your turkey. My sister's done it and they love it, but I just never have. Uh-oh, that doesn't look right. This turkey's got stumpy legs. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he got ran over or something. This turkey should have been in the stew pot instead of in the oven, I think. He's not doing too good. His breastbone collapsed. It doesn't look right at all. So draw some turkeys. Oh, I know. There's nothing like it. You can go out and you can just, if you don't spray anything on your garden, it's safe to just go out there and just pick stuff and eat it. I loved getting told I had to go pick the peas. I would just sit there and I'd hear my grandmother from the house. Am I going to have any peas in that bucket when you get back? or I'd hear my full name out the back door. Stop eating everything. Put it in the pail. She loved to go berry picking, and I would go find her in the woods. She'd tell me in her general location where she was going to be, and I'd get home from school and I'd go basically hunt her down. I sometimes had to walk to the lower place, which was quite a haul, but I was young. It didn't take me long to get there. And we would pick. And down at the lower place, it's the farm where I grew up was like, here's the farm. And there was the road was our family name, and the road came right past our house. So our farm was on this side of the road, and then the Wolfords had a farm acreage on this side, but they didn't have any housing or anything. It was just fields. And to get to our lower place, I'd have to go down the hill, over the creek, back up a little hill, and then way past all of the lower place fields that were up on the next hill, and all the way to our very last old farm location where distant past relatives used to have barn and a house, and it burned down years ago. And I would play in the old barn, on the old barn floor. It had the main walk of the barn, and it had the gutters on either side, where the debris would go. But the stanchion part of it was all, where the stanchions were, it had all just gone away. And that's where the berries were growing, up and over that area. And so you could stand on the main floor and just pick berries across the gutter. It was so cool. I had an interesting childhood. Not always happy, but then none of us have 100% happy childhoods, but I have good memories. Probably the good outweighs the bad in a lot of ways. Oh gosh, this one's got issues. I don't know what that turkey's got. Get to reminiscing and forget what I'm doing. Let's see. I like the first turkey I did. I can't seem to duplicate it. Why am I having trouble duplicating the same stupid turkey? Come on, turkey. It's a little better. I'll look at chat here in just a second. That's better. Just got to slow down and think about it a little bit more. One more turkey. Oh, there isn't, Anne. Oh, a tree ripened peach. We used to go pick cherries too. We didn't have cherry trees on our farm, so we had to go to this other farmer's and we would pick cherries. Or we would get pitted cherries from Agway. I don't know, is Agway still a going concern? It was a feed and seed place. But they would come in a great big bucket already pitted, and then Grandma would spend all day, putting them into the freezer so we'd have them all winter. But she'd pop that bucket of cherries, and I'd sit there and just gorge, and she'd say, we got to have some in the freezer. You'll want cherry pies later. But, that kind of thing we didn't get very often, so she'd let me get a bowl of cherries. But she said, that's it. That's enough. All right, there's turkeys, pies, and baskets. What else should we do for one more Thanksgiving border? You didn't like your blackberry pie? Was it the seeds, Brittany, that you didn't care for? I'd love to grow the thornless blackberries. I love to pick berries. I don't really like getting picked by the blackberries. I have that too, Mary, and my grandma's been gone since 1992. And, my grandma's the one that raised me. So I start reminiscing and thinking about them, and it feels like they're with me sometimes, my grandparents. Sometimes I wish I didn't have visits from my grandfather because he was kind of mean, but especially, never mind, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's see. The seeds get caught in your teeth, really. That's why I asked about the seeds. Sometimes I feel like I could go in the kitchen, put a tea kettle on to boil, and make a cup of tea or a pot of tea and sit down, and Grandma will have made soft molasses cookies. Oh my gosh, they were so good. And everybody claims they have Grandma's recipe for soft molasses cookies. And I swear we used the recipe that was in Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, but I could be wrong. I think I'm going to make some at Christmas and take them to my folks' house. What else do we do at Thanksgiving, you guys? We gather together and eat. But what other food product, I guess, should I put on here? I feel like all of these turkeys should be on some kind of platter. They look like they're just floating. Let's put them on platters. I've been seeing the advertisements where Biltmore Estates, which isn't far from us, is doing a Christmas with Downton Abbey display. And Bernadette is snoring again. I don't know if those look like platters or not. She is snoring really loud. I'm surprised you guys can't hear her. Good enough. It's good enough. It doesn't matter that the platters are overlapping, does it? Hi, Tanya. Wine glasses. Okay. We can do a row of wine glasses. I find if I concentrate, I do better. If I start trying to read and draw, they don't. And see, if I start talking, looks like my wine glass got all wobbly in there. And then I keep telling myself, it's just a doodle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's do a flute right here. A fluted one. That's Tanya, do you have an online shop? You have a Facebook group, right? For your beads? I was just thinking I could just go to wherever you have things listed and just order some things from you that way. I just want some multi-packs of mixed beads because I want to make some mixed bead bracelets. I ask that and then I don't look. Melissa, hello. Oh, okay. Kathy, just don't hurt yourself out there flinging lumber. Not lumber, but I know it. I know what I'm talking about. I'll get with you, Tanya. If you saw my haul the other day, I shared a one of those freebie sheets you can get, next to the beads of bracelets. Here it is, like this. That's why I want the mixed beads to add with some of the beads I already have. I want to do some of these up because I think my sister-in-laws and nieces would really, really like those. Ooh, that one's got a really wide stem, but we're going to roll with it. And see, you can make it look like there's wine in it. My table must be jiggling is why this wine is all flowy. Yeah, I like to do just a little giveaway myself during the lives occasionally. Like I gave away that journal yesterday. I just like to send stuff out every once in a while. Wow, that one's got a big base. This one looks like it could hold the entire bottle of wine. These will be fun to color later. I ought to just do a color session where I just sit here and color and watch movies. Oh, and at Goodwill today, they were playing Christmas music, and I found myself singing along. It's crazy. I'm not ready for Christmas. I just want to do one holiday at a time. Now that I'm not working retail, I'm in no hurry for the holidays to be here and over. One more, and then we can say that's it. And I like having a little bit more space because I can make the pieces a little bit bigger. So there we go. Maybe this one right here isn't a turkey. Maybe this is just a duck. What did I do? What did I give you? So if I put red wine in that glass, it'll all be good. See, I'm not a wine drinker. I just don't care for it too much. I like cheesy champagne or a blush wine, and that's about it. The red wines, I just have never gotten a taste for the red wine. It's so, I want to say deep, but that's not really what I mean. I don't know. So you guys got a piece of recycled card, and I just want to kind of brainstorm with you guys now about my idea for a swap. Somebody mentioned doing artist trading coins, but I've come up with another idea. I think that's a good idea, but I've come up with something else that I think y'all will find fun. Ow. Step wrong. Ow. This will work. This is got enough card right here. This is about the weight of a cereal box. I just grabbed the first thing I came to. And this is what I'm thinking about is ornaments that we make out of just recycled cardboard or chipboard or whatever you have. But let's do them as little gingerbread houses. So I was thinking the bottom part of the house, we could do 2.5 inches square. So I'm just going to make a line across this page at 2.5 to get the width. Like this. I'm having trouble seeing my own lines. Draw across, all right. And now we need to do, all right, I'm going to come up 2.5 and do a line. 2.5. And then I want to do 2.5 from this side too. I'm hoping to get 2 little ornaments out of 1 width of paper is what I'm aiming at. Or 1 width of this. So if that's the roof line, all right. So what I'm going to do is half of 2 is 1 and half of a half is a quarter. So come 1 1/4 there and 1 1/4 here. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this. I'm trying to find the center part of the roof. So this is kind of just a guideline right here. It's not going to be a cutting line. So that'll be the center of my roof there. And what I can do, these are just guidelines. Let's see. How tall do y'all think the roof should be? If the house is 2.5 inches tall, and I've got, let's see, I've got 3.5 inches left here. So if I just did 1.5 inches up and make this the top of my roof on this one, if I do that in both places here, I can just draw a line across. I'm just working out where everything will fall. Let me do that on this one. It'll all make sense here in just a minute. 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches. Because we're going to decorate these. We can paint them. We can cover them with paper. Any way you want to turn them into. All right. So this, I'm going to write on this. This is the house. And this is just a duplicate. So I'm only going to label 1. So you only have to pay attention here. So this is the house. And this is the roof area. So now do we want to show the side or the front? And I want to show the front of my house. So what I'm going to do to give me a peek up here is I'm just going to measure about 1/2 inch from my guideline that I put in the middle and then run a line from that to the corner of the top of the house like this. And once you draw one of these out, you could just use it as a pattern. So I said, come over 1/2 inch. Make a little mark and then draw from there to there. All right. So here to here is 2.5 inches. And from this corner over here to over here is also 2.5 inches. Then your guideline for the height of your roof, I think we said is 1.5, right? 1.5 inches. And then you're going to mark from the line that you marked here to divide your roof in half, come over from that center line to there, a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch. I'm thinking I should draw this up and scan it in on just some white piece of paper. And then you guys could just, I'm wondering if you could just go and print it off. And then you could glue that pattern onto just your cardboard or whatever and make yourself a pattern that you could trace around if you don't want to draw it out. If that would help you guys, just let me know. If you want me to draw a pattern and put it in the, I guess I could put it in my community tab, couldn't I? And that way everybody could have it. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'll make a pattern and I'll put it on the community tab. And hopefully it's one that you can just print out and just get your house size. So I'm going to cut this one out just so you guys can see it. All right, and then you just cut these away. All right, so now we have a little house. Basically, it's a tag. But see, once you get this, if I do the paper pattern and I write the measurements on it of how I got to it, that way you would always have those instructions. But if you didn't want them, you could print another copy and keep one with all the measurements on it, and then just use the copy, glue it on a piece of cardboard, and then all you would have to do is lay it on here like this and take your pencil and just trace around it. And you could make a whole bunch of little houses and decorate them any way you wanted. And I am just cutting this because this is thin cardboard. And like I said, you could use cereal box, anything like that. That one I didn't cut too smooth. And if you don't want them to be perfect like this, you know, perfectly square everywhere, go ahead and make them a funky shape. Okay, Holly, I'll do that too. I can do that too. That's no problem at all. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this over from my center line again at the 1/2 inch, because this up here is just waist. And I'm just going to measure over 1/2 inch there and there, and then measure. But you can make your roof line, you know, any shape you want, or you could do just the side of a house. But I thought this would be kind of the perfect size to mail and to hang on your Christmas tree. And see, I can make a bunch of these quite quickly. Once you get one made, then you have a pattern, and all you have to do is trace around it. All right. Now, if you wanted to keep these and do something with them, you can. I'm just pitching the scrap because I have so much scrap chipboard. It's not even funny. So then we've got the houses. Then you can practice your designs with a pencil, because if you're going to paint it anyway, you can come up with your ideas. And if you wanted to, take a picture with it on your phone. So after you paint it, you still have the little sketch out, or you can scan it, however you want to keep track of what you're going to do. But, you know, gingerbread's got the white stuff that comes up the side. and around. And let's see, if you wanted to, you can trace around things. Like if you wanted a perfect circle, I've got this little jar here. This would be about right. Put a little candy window up here. We'll just do a circle, trace around it. And then you could do give you a candy window, and then you want the roof line to have its own gingerbread piece. Your frosting, that's what I'm thinking. Frosting could come along there. And then you could do a curved top door. Remember, this is just sketching. This is going to get painted over. And then you could do more candies for your windows. What else could you do? You could do gumdrops. If you could figure out how to do a gumdrop, just do a couple circles. Or you could do light poles, like put a peppermint stick here, holding a lolly at the top. You just get as creative as you want. Do y'all want to make a list with me of ideas that we could put on a gingerbread house? And I'll write them down, and then I will put that in the thing you can print off too for ideas. So I'm going to put the little pattern on my community tab and in the group. And I will put it in Fibsville if that's okay with Mary and everybody. I can put it in Fibsville, and then everybody will have it, even, the big groups. I can't manage a group over too many people. I get overwhelmed. So that's why I keep my group kind of small. But I'll put this and the list in it. So let me get a piece of paper or two or three or whatever, because I know you guys, you're going to come up with like 1,500,000 ideas. Where's my little idea book? That's what I need right here. Creativity is where dreaming turns to doing. And this has got the questions from Tanya's perpetual calendar that I am way behind on. I still want to do an art doll together, where we draw a pattern on like muslin or denim or something and do art on it and then sew the doll together. Oh, Mary's already on it. Let me get to a clean page. I didn't do Inktober. All right, here we go. Let me get here. This is going to be for gingerbread house ideas. Gingerbread house decor. That's what I'll call it. Gingerbread house decor. All right. So Mary said, I'm seeing M&Ms, gumdrops, candy canes, I might have to go up farther. Yeah, but please post this in the sentence too. Okay, I will. White stuff, frosting. I couldn't think of it, Mary. Let me see what else I've missed here. Candy canes. Candy corn. They have Christmas candy corn, that's green, red, and white. I've seen it. Hi, Joan. Chocolate peppermint. Oh, that chocolate peppermint is so yummy. World Market has it in a beautiful tin every year. Lights. Something to put lights on there. I ate a good lunch and my stomach is growling. Pretzels, straight or round. Chocolate dipped pretzels with sprinkles was one of the favorite things that my coworkers loved for me to to bring in at the holidays. I would make these cookie trays and take them in, and one would be nothing but different pretzels dipped in either white chocolate or dark chocolate or milk chocolate, and then put sprinkles on it. It was so much fun. Hi, Barb. Marshmallows. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with for these ornaments. Marshmallows. Peppermint swirls. I've got to write neat enough that I can read my own writing. That's why I'm printing. White sugar for sparkle. And you know what you could do with that is you could use, if you wanted to, on the place where you put the frosting, the little, I don't know what to call that, the little decorative bits around the edge. If you let that dry after you've painted it and go over it with clear glitter glue, that would look so cool. White sugar for sparkle. The temperature just keeps plunging here. It's not really that cold. It says it's 63 degrees out there, but I just keep getting chills. Gumdrops and rainbow sprinkles. I think I got gumdrops up at the top. Rainbow sprinkles. Hi, Janet. Let's see. Those little silver ball sprinkles. Little silver ball. I know what you're talking about. They're edible. Little silver ball sprinkles. That reminds me of that wedding cake my mother-in-law did, and the girl had to go to New York City to get edible gold for my mother-in-law to paint the roses. The edges of all the icing roses had to be painted with that edible gold, and their marriage didn't even last 3 months. So that's pretty bad when you spend that kind of money. Icicles, gingerbread people. I need to quit talking and see what you guys are saying. 15. Gingerbread people. You could do your gingerbread people out of your cardstock and just attach them to the side of your ornament if you wanted to, or make them separate. Up to you guys. Coconut flakes for snow. Coconut flakes for snow. Mike and Ike bricks for the chimney. Oh, I love that. And you know, that would be easy. Just if you've got a punch that would do that, that would be cool. But you could just cut out the little Mike and Ike's. Mike and Ike bricks for chimneys. For chimney. I'm going to have to type all this in, you guys. I think we got peppermint discs up here. Peppermint swirls / discs. Kisses. Kisses. Red or black licorice. I like the idea of us brainstorming together before I put the swap up. Okay, let's draw a line down through here so I don't waste paper. Let's see, I got red and black licorice, red hots. $21 red hots. Fruit roll-ups. I wonder. I'm going to write all of these down. Tiny sugar cookies. And you guys have to convert these all to something that you can make either with just the appearance of painting them or drawing them. Or if you wanted to, you could maybe form some of these out of clay and then paint them. I'm going to leave that all up to you guys. Oh, what is Mike and Ike's? They're the candies. They're pink and black and white, and they're shaped kind of like a pill, like that. And they come in a box. I think you can get them at Dollar Tree if you wanted to just see what they look like. Hi, Beth. Chocolate bar door. Oh, I like that idea. Chocolate bar door. And for those just coming in, we're brainstorming ways to decorate our little gingerbread house ornaments. We're going to do a swap in my group. I might have to expand it over onto Phibbsville if that's okay with you guys. If I do that, then we can have more people participate. And I need to know from you guys if you want it to be just a one-on-one, or if you would like small groups of like 3 or 4 people. Yeah, Mike and Ike's, and you know what? I think I've got it wrong. I'm thinking of the other one. Lifesavers, that's a good one. Good and Plenty's are the ones I'm thinking of. Mike and Ike's are the ones that are kind of jelly, and they're red and green, and I wish I could just go and buy all this candy and just go, boom, this is what everything looks like, but I can't have the candy in the house because I'll eat it, and I'm not supposed to. Yeah, it's a movie candy. Yeah, they sell it in the boxes. Yeah, I got it, Holly. I remembered that. 3 or 4 people sounds like good. No, we're not trading candy. We're doing gingerbread houses, and we're coming up with ideas of way people can decorate these in art form, not attaching the actual candies to these little ornaments, but to give you ideas of what you can try to draw or create to put on here where this stays relatively flat, because these are going to be ornaments that we mail to each other. And you'll pop a hole in the top up here and put a ribbon on it. Or what's that stuff called? Rat tail, the rounded. It's actually called rat tail. If you go looking for it, it's going to be called rat tail. But it's the cording that's kind of shiny and slick, and it comes in all different colors, but you can get it in gold. So 3 or 4 people sounds good. Let's see. 3 or 4 people in a group. I thought this would be fun for us to do together in November, and then mail them out like the day after Thanksgiving. So they're like the first thing to arrive Christmassy. Yeah, a hot tamale would work too for the bricks. I'm going to put Mike and Ike or hot tamale if you wanted to do just red bricks ideas. And what you would do for those is just kind of draw the shape. And it's, like I said, it's like a pill. Instead of being a squared off, like a brick is squared off, it would be rounded. And you could make your chimney that way. And if you wanted to add a chimney, you could just make a little jut out or add a chimney on here. When you trace around this, let me pause on your list of candy for just a minute. I want to show how you can change this pattern. This pattern is going to go up in This, That, and Chat, Aunt Beck's Creations, and Phibbsville. Okay? So say we've traced this out. I'm going to put it like this. And you just trace around it. Uh-oh. You can tell I'm excited about this. I just think it's going to be so much fun. All right. And then you can just add your chimney like off to the side here before you cut it out. So you'd have your base. Is my chimney straight? Probably not. And again, I'm going to cover all of this, so it doesn't really matter if my lines are completely straight or any of that. And then I just cut down to the roof line. And all I did was added a little section to it. So there you go. And then you could just leave the line there if you needed a guideline. But all you would have to do is if you painted over your line, you could just get your ruler back and just line it up with the edge here, just so it looks even with that. And then you could make a little mark again, and then that way you'd know where your chimney was. Or you can add your chimney on separate to the back and just have it hang it up. All up to you guys. Creativity is the option, is what we're looking at doing. It's just giving you ideas, okay? All right, let me see. We're going to do gingerbread. It's going to be a gingerbread kind of tag ornament swap for Christmas, okay? We would mail these out the day after Thanksgiving or close to then. So we got a couple weeks to put them together. And see, I've already got 4 cut out. So I could start on these now if I wanted to. And I'm going to put the pattern and this list of stuff in the community tab. What I'll do is I'll just type it up one time in like my Word program, and then I'll just copy and paste. But I'm going to put this list of ideas of candies that you could draw or design on your ornament. I want to try to keep these flat. Keep them as flat as you can so they're easy to mail and don't cost a lot. Because, you know, it is the holiday season. We don't need to be spending a ton of money on postage. And I want them to get in the mail before the end of November so that they'll have time. Because, you know, once the post office starts getting bombarded with Christmas cards and Christmas packages and all of that stuff, little things sometimes go missing. So if we get started, you know, that would be cool. Let's see. Let me see if I've missed anybody. And I'm going to post the pattern, so you'll be good with that. I'm going to post it on the community tab on here and in Fibsville, which is Mary's group that Janet and Violet are maintaining. And I'm also going to put it in This, That, and Chat, Tanya's group. Doggone life, Cheryl. I'm sorry. Yeah, and Tanya also asked for me to add it to her group, so I'll do that. Valentine heart messages. You mean the little, what are they called? I'm going to write it exactly like Beth put it, and y'all can go from there. Valentine heart messages. That's how you said it, right? Heart messages. They're called something, but right now I cannot think of what they're called. Graham crackers, jelly beans. Jelly beans. 26, 27. Graham cracker for the roof. Okay, now that brings a question to mind for me. So if you want to, let's see, kind of wishing I hadn't cut that other one out now, but that's okay. What I'm going to do this is all going to get painted anyway. If you want to do the graham cracker idea and you want to have it for like the side of the roof, so you want a side view, what you could do is instead of cutting the roof part out, just cut straight across, okay? And you would measure down 1.5 inches from the top. Let's see. To put your side roof back on there. And what I can do is when I draw these up, I'll leave one plain like this. 1.5 inches. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. So instead of having a roof line, like this is the front of the house, like these, like we did, where's the one we've already drawn on? Like this. If you cut square at the top and then just make a roof line here and you used a graham cracker, the graham cracker could run like this. You know how they do like this and like this, and then they've got the little dimples. I don't know how many dimples they have in each cracker, but that could be how the graham cracker roof would go on. You just paint it on, and then you could put your frosting down at the bottom here and along the top and down the sides here, and then maybe just do a little side window and your candy canes or whatever you want on the side. So I will just do two different views, and I'm hoping you guys will be able to print them off with ease. And on the side view, if you wanted to add a chimney, just trace around it and then add just a little block at the top like this. So you would cut around the entire rectangle and you'd have your chimney here. And then you could put something fluffy to come out the top if you wanted, like cotton balls to look like smoke. You could do that. So this is just a way to brainstorm, you guys. I want you guys to this is just supposed to be the basics, and you guys take it and run with it. Conversation hearts. That's what they are. Conversation hearts. I'm just going to write that smaller. Conversation. Why couldn't I think of that? It's okay. Let me see if I've missed anything while I was doing that splaining. Oh, nobody said ribbon candy. My mom used to always buy a box of ribbon candy. And it used to be, years ago, it would be super thin. And now when you buy ribbon candy, it is too thick. It's like hard as a rock. The ribbon candy we had back in the 60s, it was just a very thin piece of candy ribbon. It just was so yummy. Christmas lights. Didn't someone say Christmas lights? Let me see. I think we have Christmas lights. Maybe not. I've got lights. I'll just put Christmas lights after it. You know, another thing you can do is use tissue paper in your windows. You could cut a square out. Here. Now I'm just cutting to give you guys more ideas is what I'm doing. I'm not going to put all of these patterns. I'm going to put the basic shapes, and then I'm going to leave the rest up to you guys. All right. So again, from the top of the house down 1.5 inches is where your roof line is supposed to fall. 1.5 inches. So if you wanted to take an X-Acto knife and just cut a window out, like here's a window. If you wanted to, you could actually cut it so that you have window panes. like this. So you'd cut out here, 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 and here with an X-Acto knife or however you want to do it. And then you could put yellow tissue paper behind here, and it would look like the window was lighted up. The only thing with that is you'd have to put like a piece of paper or something on the back to protect the tissue paper. That's something I'll have to think about. So just more ideas. Let me see what you guys are saying. I got to switch back to this list. Gummy bears. Gummy bears. Those would be easy to draw. And don't worry if you get more dimensional, just keep in mind, the more dimensional you go, the more postage you'll be paying. But you can do all of this stuff pretty flat. Also, buttons. You could go and look in the novelty buttons section. I know at Walmart they have all the little novelty buttons. You could get some of those and just glue them on. That's going to add dimension and thickness. Buttons, the novelty ones. I know they have gingerbread one and they have candy canes, all kinds of stuff. Becky said you could use anything to decorate your house, paint, paper, whatever you want. The ATC should stay flat, though, to save the postage rate. Yes. Try to keep it flat. If you made your own polymer clay, you could make them thin. But then you would have to maybe put a little bubble wrap around just to protect them. I'd hate for them to get broken. Marshmallow mini marshmallows. We've got marshmallows on here somewhere, but I could put mini marshmallows with it. Here we go, marshmallows / mini marshmallows. And you could use cotton balls to make it look like smoke coming out the chimney. You could just pull some of that and stick it on the top. Cotton balls. That would make it look like cotton candy. Cotton candy. Cotton candy smoke I'm going to put on here. 32. We're getting lots of good ideas. Red licorice candles. Red licorice candles. I think we got the glitter snow. Where is it? Because I remember us talking about white sugar for sparkle. I'll put that too. Glitter snow. This pen is causing boogers and it's making a mess all over the place. Suze, I haven't been able to find it. All I ever find is that really thick ribbon candy. There, envelope windows. Envelope windows. You could recycle your mail windows. You could just use a piece of that plastic that's in there on your windows. That would be cool. Miniature Hershey bars. Mini Hershey bars. Remember, it's going to go on this size thing, which is 2.5 by 4 inches tall. I think we got M&Ms. That was the first thing I got. Mary's going to be right back. Keep it as flat as possible. I got M&Ms. Russell Stover still makes the paper thin, and I don't know how to say that, but I'll have to look for it. Rock salt. Rice Krispies or Chex cereal. Oh, I forgot what number I was on. 7. Cheerios. We don't buy boxed cereal anymore. Oh, crushed peppermint candy. So the other day we were walking down the cereal aisle for something else, and I couldn't believe all the different kinds of Cheerios there are now. I was like, I thought there was like Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios, and now there's all these other ones. Crushed peppermint candy. Oh, $39.40. Raspberry hard candy. Like your grandma used to have in a bowl. Bye, Beth. Peanut brittle. I'm just sitting here, and when you guys say something, I immediately start thinking of, okay, what can I do with the supplies I have to make it look like peanut brittle? What you can do? Fudge. You could do fudge bricks. All right, we're going to do 45 things. So I need just 3 more things. Felt. Felt would be a good thing that you could use that would keep it thin. Good night. So is that about all we got? If I want to have 45 things, I need just 2 more. I'm trying to think of some other candies that we haven't listed. I think we've got just about everything. And these are just to give you ideas. If you have something else that comes to mind, you go for it. I'm going to put the patterns together and get them right up. And I guess, I'm trying to think. I'll put my email address so that everybody can. No, that ain't going to work because I never check my email. Fabric pipe cleaners. Fabric pipe cleaners. Okay, that's it. We're done. I think we got plenty of ideas of ways to decorate these little houses. So I need to put it up on my community tab. Aunt Beck's Creations. Fibsville. And this, that, and craft too. This, that, and craft. Tanya's group. And what I'm going to put on there is a front view of the little house, a front view, and a side view. I'm leaving the addition of chimneys and all of that kind of stuff to you guys. All you have to do is draw a rectangle wherever you want your chimney before you cut your piece out. Like I just added a little bump out up here, and that was it. So this would be a side view. This would be a front view. All right. And then you can cut out windows, or you can apply stuff to the surface, whichever you want to do. Again, it's just up to you guys. And I'm going to include how I measured them. Include measuring. What else did I say I'd include? Oh, the list of ideas. And let's see, we want to mail it before the end of November. Mail before the end of November. Mail before end of November. When should we do a sign up deadline? Because I need to do sign up deadline so that I can come up with groups of 3 or 4. So you only have to make 3 or 4 of these. Groups of 3 or 4. Do you think November? Because I'm thinking if y'all start working on them right away, you'll have them done so that when the deadline comes, all you'll have to do is mail them. What day does Thanksgiving fall on? Is it the 21st or the 28th? I don't have a calendar with that on it right now. Either 3 or 4. It really depends on probably you think I should put it in Lisa's group too? I'll ask Lisa. And see, the problem's going to be with me putting it up in so many different locations. I've got to get away to where I can get everybody that's interested and make sure I don't miss anybody. Because it's only going to be one swap. It's not going to be, a swap in Phibbsville. It's not a swap in Aunt Beck's, a swap in Tanya's. So I need to centralize it so that I make sure I get everybody that wants to participate involved. Does that make sense? So Thanksgiving is the 28th. And I want to make sure to have the groups assigned at least a week before that. So that would be the 21st. Let's do sign up deadline will be the 17th. November 17th will be our sign up deadline. So if you want to participate in this, you need to let me know by November 17th. And what I can do is include my email address. I'm not real good about it, but I will try to do better about checking the email. Or you can message me on Facebook. If we're friends on Facebook, that would work too. So 3 or 4 in a group. Sign up deadline will be November 17th. So you'd only need to make 3 or 4 of these. I will put the stuff up in the all those locations. And I think that's it. We got 45 ideas on how to decorate. And this is using just your creative endeavors to make things look like these items. You don't have to actually use these items. You're going to make things to do them with. You could use paper clay and make the shapes of these and just kind of make them flatter than you normally would. Let them dry and paint them and then use them. If you made them just slightly thinner, they would dry faster. And they would keep the weight way down if you used paper clay, which I think I have some around here. I might have to play with that some. So I got to get with Lisa and see if she's okay with me putting the info in there. Bye, Samantha. A link to Phibbsville. Holly just popped it in. I'm beginning to think what I might do, since Phibbsville is kind of like the big group for all of us. If Mary and Violet and Janet don't mind, I might list this swap in Phibbsville, but everybody in all of the other groups could join in, but they would have to join Phibbsville. That might work better if that's okay with you guys. That way we're centralized and I don't have to worry about catching an email or anything. Everybody can go there and sign up on Phibbsville. Okay, so the actual swap will be on Phibbsville, but I will list all of the information for this, but they have to go to Phibbsville, sign up in Phibbsville. And I'll put a link to Phibbsville. So it sounds like I have my work cut out for me this afternoon to get all of this together for you guys, which is no problem. It doesn't take me all that much time. But this is fun. This is fun. I think this is going to be a really fun project. And I don't know if you guys want to, maybe we'll do this as part of our next Wednesday. I'm going to start coming on at 2:30 on Wednesdays and Thursdays because I am sleeping so much better when I'm just let my mind enjoy somebody else. Just watching someone and not trying to keep my brain stimulated late in the evening. If that makes sense, I sleep better. I am trying very hard to blow my doctor away in January when I go, because I would love to have my A1C under 6.0. I'm at like 6.3 was my last one. And if my meter is a Livongo meter, I'll just show you guys. And on here, there we go. You can see, oh, no, you can't. Well, my average number of checks this last 7 days is 1.4 times. So that's almost 2. I'm 100% in range right now. And my average blood glucose is 130. So that puts me at a really close. But I can also go to view my logbooks. And if I look at my summary, I can look at my 7-day average, my 14-day average, my 30-day average, and my 90-day average. Well, my 90-day average is what the doctor is going to check. That's the last 90 days. That's what that blood test the doctor gives you your average from the past 90 days. I don't know how it does it. I'm just going to let them go with it. But I did have one really high reading over 200. It was at 220 one time because I was bad. So I'm trying very hard not to be bad. But my current average is 132, which puts me right at that 6.0. So I am really trying hard to get that down. So, and sleep helps. So that's why I'm saying all of that is getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep is very important for me for this blood sugar issue. So anyway, it's called a Livongo. We get it through our insurance company, but you go, oh, here's a website, my.livongo.com. I'll type it in. They are really, I love this meter because it gives me my averages. And if I go over 180 at any time, if I get a reading over 180, Scott immediately gets a text message. And you can also tell it to alert they have online support for this. And if your reading goes too high, someone will call you if you set it up that way. Or they'll shoot you an email and say, hey, what's going on? Are you doing okay? Are you eating right? And they'll give you ideas. It's a really, I don't know. You might have to check with your insurance program to see if they, support this. It measures your blood glucose, but what I do is I went online and you can get charts. Hang on, I'll show you. If I can walk. I've been sitting too long. Oh, goodness. I don't know where I printed this off from, but look for diabetes charts, convert your HbA1c to plasma glucose, which, because it's converting your A1C to the plasma glucose, you can use it in reverse. So what did I say my average was? Go to my home. My average for the last 7 days is 130. That puts me just under. I'm between a 5.8 A1C and a 5.9. But I keep this on the refrigerator. So when I check my blood sugar in the morning, like this morning when I got up, I know some of you might not be interested in this, but my blood sugar this morning was 114 before breakfast, which is great. That 114 puts you at about between a 5.3 and a 5.4 A1C. So if you know what your glucose is on your meter and you have one of these charts, you'll know if you're under where you're supposed to be. Those that don't have diabetes are between a 4 and a 6. This is the healthy kind of range right there. Anything above those, you're at risk of heart attack, stroke. You know, diabetes creates so many other problems for you that if you can just get this one thing under control with diet and exercise, you can alleviate so many more problems. This is just really important to get under control. So I'm not going to preach. I know y'all, or anybody that has diabetes gets the preach from their doctors every time they go. But I think this meter and getting a chart printed off, there's all different kinds of charts online, but they all say the same thing. I just printed off one that I can easily see, because the A1C is in blue and the glucose is all in the black. So I just find my average. So my current 90-day average, and you can get it charted too, is 132, which puts me under 6.0. It puts me between a 5.8 and a 5.9. And so if I can keep that up, she will be so happy with me. Another thing on this is it has a chart. And if I'm in range, which is the white area here, as long as your little blue dots fall, I don't know if you can see that or not. All right, see that? It looks like a blue range there. But see, all my dots are in the right range. They probably aren't for the 4 weeks. No, I'm still within range. Pretty good. But it'll give you, you can look on a chart and see if you're doing okay just by looking at the chart. I did have, when I went for the dietitian's talk I went to, she said it was more important that I get something where I could write down the time of day, have I eaten, give some guidelines so the doctor can look at it and say, okay, this is why your blood sugar was high. You ate too many carbs, or you didn't get 7 hours of sleep or more. It's just another tool to have the chart. I feel pretty confident with this meter because it gives me charts to show me my long-term week to 2 weeks out. Just with a chart, I can see if I'm doing badly. So anyway, I'm going to leave you guys alone on the diabetes issues. Oh, JL, I'm sorry. It is so hard to completely change your diet after so many years of being, nonchalant about it. But it really is what you put in your body is what you get out. So I'm trying so hard to do better. If I can just get this knee problem taken care of, I'm going to get back to really doing daily exercise. I don't feel safe walking around here because of the traffic. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. All we can do is try, JL. We just got to keep trying the very best we can. And with your doctor's help, you know. They can only do as much as they can do, and then it's up to us to follow through. Oh, Journey, I'm sorry. Yeah. So the diabetes thing is nothing to mess around with, and I'm trying very hard to do better. Definitely am. So it's 4:30 now, and I think I've probably kept you guys long enough. I've had a blast though, and I'm excited about this, and I can't wait to get it all typed in so you guys can have the patterns. So I'm going to sign off, and oh, that's awesome. You quit smoking. That's a really good thing for your heart and lungs too. I know my stepdad, he smoked for years, and now he's on oxygen 24/7. He has to carry oxygen with him everywhere he goes because he has COPD. All right, darlings. I will see you guys later. And Beth comes on tonight with Colleen, doesn't she? So I might see you guys over there. I'm still having issues with some of the folks that are using Streamline. Sometimes the mics, I don't know what it is, but sometimes on a Streamline stream, there's something about the sound. It's just irritating to me, and I just can't watch when it's just grating my nerves the entire time. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, but the sound really turns me off. So I will catch up with you guys later. I've rambled long enough. Take care.